This month, the UK AIDS quilt went on display at the Tate Modern for essentially a long weekend. This was the first display of the quilt that an entire generation was able to access, if of course they could get to London that weekend. As we head towards the end of Pride Month, and we also reflect on 5 years since the outbreak of COVID-19, it seems only appropriate that the memory of another plague be brought forward to remind us how we can continue on after so much has been lost. The AIDS crisis of the 1980s and 90s not only devastated the lives and history of the global queer community, it also reflects a lot of lessons about dealing with large-scale issues of such immediate impact. The disease spread further than it should thanks to a blend of misinformation and a willful reticence on the part of officials to combat that misinformation. More lives were lost because of failures, both cultural and systemic, to intervene and provide necessary life-giving care from the start. The fear that lingers to this day, well after effective treatments have been developed and many decades now, since we have known exactly how to prevent the spread of the disease, not because the disease itself was so deadly, but because the panic and hatred attached to any public discourse in the media echoes much louder than the silenced voices of the dead. At the end of Pride this month, a particularly outspoken Pride that celebrates love in the face of more hatred and misinformation, especially for the trans community, let us dig out the memory boxes of the living and the dead who endured a different pandemic and go forward with an eye to dispelling the myths that turn communicable diseases into unstoppable demons. Visit the AIDS Quilt UK website to find out how to support the exhibition of this important artifact.